Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the federal laws that are absolutely 100% guaranteed to be on your real estate exam. Mastering this isn't just about passing a test, it's about building your entire career on a rock-solid legal foundation. So let's get into it. Okay, let's kick things off with a situation you're going to face for sure. Your clients, the Jacksons, they sit down with you and say, "We want to find a family-friendly neighborhood." Now that sounds totally harmless, doesn't it? But how you answer that one little question, well, it's a classic exam trap, and it's a huge real-life test of your professional chops. Get it wrong, and you could be in hot water. So, how do you answer that question the right way? The key, the absolute secret, is a deep, deep understanding of fair housing law. And listen, this isn't about just cramming facts for an exam. This stuff is the very foundation of your career as an ethical, successful real estate professional. The rules we followed today didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They evolved over time. It all started way back with the Civil Rights Act of 1866. That was the first major step. Then, boom, the landmark Fair Housing Act in 1968, which really broadened all these protections. And then the 1988 amendments came along and added two more super important layers of protection. Understanding this timeline helps you see the whole picture. Okay, exam alert. Pencils up. The Fair Housing Act of 1968 established the original 5 protected classes. You have got to know these cold. Burn them into your brain. They are race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. I promise you, you will see these on the exam. And we're not done. Here's part 2 of that exam alert. In 1988, they added 2 more crucial classes: familial status, which basically means, having kids under 18, and handicap status, which today we refer to as disability. So that makes a grand total of 7 protected classes you have to know for the exam. All 7. All right, let's open the terminology vault. Because the exam, it's tricky. It's not just going to ask you for a simple definition. Nope. It's going to test if you understand how these ideas work in the real world. Nailing these terms is how you're going to ace those tricky questions. First up is steering. So this is when you, as the agent, try to push a client toward a certain neighborhood or away from one because of who they are. Think of it like this. A restaurant guide only shows you Italian places because he thinks you look Italian, and he totally ignores the amazing French and Thai spots you might actually love. It's illegal because you're limiting their choices based on a stereotype. Next, we have blockbusting. And let's be clear, this is just ugly. It is pure fear-mongering for profit. It's when an agent goes to a homeowner and says something like, "Hey, you better sell your house now because those people are moving in and your property value is about to go right down the drain." It's predatory, it's discriminatory, and it is a massive, massive violation. And then there's redlining. I mean, picture this. Historically, banks would literally take out a map, draw a red line around minority neighborhoods, and just flat out refuse to give anyone a mortgage there. It didn't matter if you had perfect credit. It's illegal now, of course, but the impact of that practice is still felt in communities today. Okay, so we've got the terms down. Let's switch gears and talk exam strategy. The test creators love to write tricky scenarios that are designed to make you second-guess yourself. So let's break down how to spot these traps from a mile away and pick the right answer with confidence. So let's bring it all the way back to our clients, the Jacksons and their family-friendly neighborhood. Here's the trap. Your good intentions mean nothing. If you start showing them homes only in areas with lots of kids, you are illegally steering based on familial status. The correct, professional way to handle it is to focus on objective facts they give you, like their price range or maybe 2 specific school districts they pointed out. And your legal duties don't just stop with your clients. Think about the Americans with Disabilities Act or the ADA. This law says that public places, and yes, that includes your real estate office, have to be accessible. So your own place of business has to be up to code. Okay, get ready, another exam alert coming at you. The Interstate Land Sales Full Disclosure Act, we'll just call it ILSA. This is all about protecting people who are buying land in those big new subdivisions, specifically developments with 100 or more lots that are being sold across state lines. The law says the developer must give the buyer a big, detailed property report before they sign anything. Remember that 100-lot number? That's a classic test question. Now, a quick shout out to all of you who are taking the exam in Florida. Listen up. You will absolutely, positively see questions on the Florida Residential Landlord and Tenant Act. You have to know the state-specific rules for things like leases, security deposits, and especially the eviction process. For instance, in Florida, a landlord can't just change the locks if a tenant is late with the rent. No way. There is a very strict, very formal process. It all starts with a lease violation, right? Then the landlord has to give an official written notice. And only if the tenant still doesn't comply can the landlord go to court and file a complaint to start a formal eviction. It protects everybody involved. All right, take a deep breath. We've covered a ton. Let's lock it all in with a super fast 60-second recap. These are the 3 biggest things you need to walk away with and carry right into that exam room. You ready? Let's do it. Number 1, you have to know all 7 protected classes. Let's say them together: race, color, religion, sex, national origin, familial status, and handicap status. That is the bedrock of all of this. Number 2, it is all about your actions, not your intentions. Thinking you're just being helpful by finding a good family neighborhood can easily become illegal steering. Always, always stick to the objective criteria your clients gives you. And number 3, remember that your legal duties are broad. This job is so much more than just sales. Federal law covers everything from your office being accessible under the ADA to land sale disclosures with ILSA, all the way to very specific landlord-tenant laws. You've got to know the whole landscape. So the bottom line is this: are you ready? Are you ready to advise your clients with the power and the confidence that comes from really knowing the law? You've got the tools. You've got the knowledge. Remember these core principles, stay focused, and go past that exam. You've got this.